Right, hello and welcome to episode 2 of the Deadball podcast. Today will be an England special, and in particular, the Euros next year. However, first of all, big news has come out of, I believe, the Telegraph in the last hour, which states that FFP will be suspended for the next year. Ashley, what are your thoughts in particular to your club, as you have had issues with FFP in the last couple of years?
Well, with Blues especially, we tend to break those rules, which it gets frustrating. So that will be a lot less stressful when it comes to searching for the players we need, especially since we're at a point now where we kind of need to rebuild. We're getting rid of a few of our players, and to find replacement.
Do that.
Yeah, it'll allow us to find the replacements we need.
Mm-hmm. Also, if you bring in a new manager, it will allow them to spend on the players that they want.
That it will let them have their input on the team properly.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just. I mean, we've obviously had the issue with it before to the point where we've had a points deduction. So I guess it's just a bit more relieving than anything to know that that won't be happening for next year at least.
Basically, from a Villa perspective, it means we can spend within reason what we want, whether we stay or if we go down. So if we go down, we can spend 60 million just to go straight back up again.
Yeah.
Effectively, we can buy our way out of the Championship, which is good.
Whereas ours will just be more of a rebuild and
between 5 and 10 million.
I'd say a bit more than that, but
depends what the owners are willing to spend, really, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, we spent more than that this season.
Yeah. Well, that was with the Adams money, wasn't it?
Yeah, but we might have Jude Bellingham money by the end of this season.
True. Yeah. Basically, it means Newcastle, if they get brought, it's big news for them because they can spend between 150 and 200 million.
And if they spend that right, they could be up there.
They could be top.
Really changes it. Yeah.
Yeah. Also, Man City and Chelsea and Man United, they can spend what they want. So Chelsea, they've already with that Vernon deal confirmed today. That's official.
Yeah, that's happening.
They can also buy Havertz. One of Havertz or Sancho. They can buy a new centre back, buy Chilwell, Tagliafico.
Chelsea are going to be dangerous. Chelsea. Yeah.
So basically, it's probably the right move, and probably a good move for football in general.
Well, it's done for the sake of because clubs are struggling financially with COVID. So I mean, if it's helping out the clubs more than it's doing damage, then it is the right move.
Is there anything else you want to say on FFP, or is that it? I just wanted to bring it in the last hour.
I don't know. I mean, do you think clubs will take advantage of it? Like, how much do you think it will affect teams, especially in like the Premier League?
I think it will be big for Sancho. I think teams will now be willing to pay the money for him.
Yeah.
I'll be linking it into England.
Yeah.
I think Sancho and Grealish affects the most.
What about like relegation battlers in the Prem or people who are fighting for promotion in the Championship? Do you think it will change around those teams? Or?
I don't think it will change Championship much because Championship teams don't have the TV money that the relegated Prem teams will have. Basically, I think it will impact the relegated Prem teams the most. I think it will basically make it easier for them to go up first season. I think we could see all the relegated Prem teams top 6 next season now in the Championship. I think that's what it will affect the most. And the big transfers like Sancho and Grealish. I think Grealish, United will be more likely to spend the money on Grealish now.
Yeah.
Is what it affects. So that's premature on FFP, really.
Yeah, it's just a little note.
Yeah. Do you now want to go on to our England 2030?
Yeah, I'm down.
My notes here.
Yeah, I've got mine on my phone.
In my 23-man squad for the US. So shall we go through the 3 goalkeeping options? I'm guessing you chose 3 goalkeepers.
I chose 3 goalkeepers. I'm assuming we've picked the same, to be honest, but I could be wrong.
I've chose Pickford, Henderson, and Tom Heaton.
Okay. Okay, we've got one difference.
hmm
I went Henderson, Pickford, and Nick Pope from Burnley.
hmm Basically, I went for Heaton because he probably won't play, but you need experience in a number 3 goal,
Yeah,
I feel. And he's good, and
he
he'll be good
is.
around the squad.
He is probably the better keeper out of Pope and Heaton.
I'm guessing you've gone just to give Pope a chance at a tournament.
Yeah, I think he's good enough to be there, just not good enough to
Yeah.
start most games. Like I feel like if we've got a game in like the group stages towards the end where
Mm-hmm.
we're through and
Czech Republic
confirmed,
last game.
yeah, something like that. I feel like that's where he'll just be thrown into it, give him
Yeah.
a bit of experience in that kind of situation.
Peyton. I think it might be done with Peyton just to say, just as a thank you, maybe, because he's had a lot of injuries and he's been good when called upon for England.
Yeah, true.
Yeah,
True.
this is your opportunity at an international tournament. Essentially. I feel like the goalkeeping situation is probably most straightforward in terms of who you pick
Yeah.
in the squad, but a bit more complicated in terms of who you actually play, because obviously there's only one position.
I mean,
we'll fight over.
I feel like Pickford is probably going to end up being picked because he's got this mad.
Southgate likes him, isn't he?
Yeah, and he's got this mad fit. Like England fans from like other leagues, from like if they're lower down like Championship or League One fans,
Yeah.
they'll know Pickford for his form in England
Yeah,
shirts. Like
more than Premier League.
they won't pay attention to his Everton form, which is significantly worse. So
yeah,
from that point of view, it's an obvious choice. Like you pick Pickford because he's been unreal for England.
You could also say Henderson hasn't been given a chance for England.
Exactly, but I'd actually quite like to see Henderson.
And Henderson's also been very good for England in the 21s.
He has. I'm not saying that we should pick Pickford.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that that's probably what.
Who would you play?
It depends how much. I'd want to see Henderson play next season again.
Yeah.
Like I want him to have.
You think he'll play for Man United next season? I don't think I can see them selling De Gea to PSG and then starting Henderson.
I don't know. It depends how the links are. If they sell De Gea, he'll play for Man United because I don't think they'll bother spending money on another goalkeeper when they've got a perfectly good one in the ranks. Like there's no point.
Basically, I think De Gea is at the stage of his career now where he wants guaranteed titles, and PSG where he's going to
yeah.
So I think
I think if they don't get rid of De Gea, I think he either needs to go back out on loan or move to a club where he will get played a lot because he is a good keeper, and I feel like if he keeps it up again for another season, his form can't be ignored. He'll have to get a chance in that squad.
Could you see Chelsea putting in a big bid for him, say 50 million for Dean Henderson?
For Dean Henderson, I don't know.
They've had issues in goalkeeper.
Yeah, I mean, Arrizabalaga not. He isn't the best, but he's not all that bad. So I don't know if they're desperate for a keeper.
Frank, there's a reason Frank played Caballero over him for a couple of games.
Yeah.
If you start in Caballero ahead of you, it's
true. There's something wrong. Well, I mean, again, it's the same with Man United. If they sell their number one, then he's probably a go-to option. But other than that, I can't. I wouldn't have thought of it until you just brought it up. That's how I'll say that.
Should we go on to defenders? Should I give mine? I think I've got 9. Yeah.
Yeah, I've got 9. I've just gone with the same format you have.
So I've got Trent, Wan-Bissaka, Kyle Walker, Joe Gomez, Harry Maguire, Tyrone Mings, Dunk, Chilwell, and maybe a surprising one, Fabian Delph.
See, I was going to put Delph in because
he's versatile.
So I've got Trent, Aaron Wan-Bissaka, Maguire, Stones, Gomez, Chilwell, then Danny Rose.
Hmm.
Oh, it was like between him and Delph.
Yeah. So you
Um,
haven't gone for either Walker or Trippier.
huh?
You haven't gone for
Oh
Walker.
no, I've got Walker as well. I've got Walker and Tarkowski after that.
Oh, okay.
So those are my 9.
Basically, I've got Delph as a 23. He's basically my 23rd man because you
Yeah.
can play either defense or midfield.
Yeah,
He's your
makes
ideal
sense.
player that can just go, not play, but come in if you have an injury.
Yeah,
Say Chilwell gets injured.
that's fair enough. I've just got Rose because like I did struggle a bit with backup left backs, and I was like, if you're gonna pick one for England, he's got England experience, and he's shown that he's a good player. So I
In
just thought it was
my
an obvious
honourable
choice.
mentions for defence, I've got Ben White, Bukayo Saka, and Kieran Trippier. Pretty much.
True, yeah, I'd say Trippier definitely as well.
Mhm.
I think
What-
I mean, just because we've got talented right backs now,
Yeah. You've
it's
got 3
he's
good
gonna
right
struggle.
backs instead of them.
Yeah.
Also, Walker can. We've got versatility in defence. Trent has played centre mid. Walker's played centre back.
Centre
Gomez
back,
has
yeah,
played
that's
right
what I
back.
was gonna. That's why I've got Walker in the squad in general
Yeah.
because I've got 2 other right backs, but I just bought. Bearing in mind that Walker can also play at centre back, so
Gomez has played right back. Mings has played left back. Dalton plays centre mid. If we choose Saka, he can play in an attacking position as well. Pretty much. What would your starting back 4 be?
It depends if Trent plays in the midfield or not. If Trent doesn't, then I'd have Chilwell, Maguire. Probably, I don't know between Gomez or Stones yet.
Or now Stones, 2 injured.
I'd say maybe
Mistake prone. I haven't even got Stones in my 23-man squad.
No. I'd say probably Gomez anyway, to be honest. Especially, I think he'll probably get a bit more game time for Liverpool. Like he's starting to a little bit.
Yeah.
And then Trent on the right.
Then
So
a good stat for you. Gomez hasn't lost a Premier League game the last 2 years.
there you go. Then he's just world class quality.
But those have been next to Virgil van Dijk.
We don't have to look into it that much. All right. We just
And
praise
then
the Englishman.
it's between Trent and Wan-Bissaka at right back, isn't it?
Yeah, well, I'd say if Trent is playing it right back, I'd play him ahead of.
What would you think
Wan-Bissaka.
about going back to the back 5 that worked well at the World Cup?
I wouldn't be against it. I just don't know where the wingers would play then, like Sancho and Sterling. Sterling would probably play up front.
Do either a 5-3-2 or a 5-2-3. So you still have the wingers in the 5-2-3.
Yeah.
So
That's what I'm
basically,
saying. Yeah, but I feel like we'd do the 5-3-2. Right.
yeah. But
That's
maybe
just
you can
what
have
I see.
Sancho at Cam. Sancho or Sterling at Cam.
True. Could do.
I feel like you do it right there.
Yeah.
And then you'd have Trent, either Wan-Bissaka or Walker, right centre back. Gomez,
I'd say
Maguire, and Chilwell.
Yeah.
That way you fit your players in.
Yep.
Essentially.
That's what
So
I'd have.
Yeah, we pretty much agreed on our defenders. Who are your honourable mentions?
Oh, well, not really. He's not an honourable mention. He's someone that I put in, but like as a backup. That James Tarkowski from Burnley.
Yeah.
I think he's quite solid and he plays in a very solid Burnley team. Like
Also,
regularly, so it has to partly come down to him.
Yeah, he's played at Brentford, so he's used to playing with the ball.
Yeah.
At Burnley, he doesn't get recognition for that, but the fact that he's played at Brentford means he can be a ball playing centre back.
Yeah.
Essentially.
But I just think I rate him as a defender, and I feel like he should be given a chance in that team.
Pretty much any Burnley or Sheffield United player is unlucky not to make it.
Yeah, realistically.
Pretty much. Right, should we move on to midfield? This is probably the
Mhm.
most. It could cause the most
I've got a
debate.
bit of a. I've got a bit of a.
Wild card.
Yeah, wild card in a.
So I'll tell you mine first.
Yeah.
Henderson, Calvin Phillips, Declan Rice, Jack Grealish, James Maddison, and Oxlade-Chamberlain.
Say that again. Sorry. Hendo.
Hendo, Calvin Phillips, Declan Rice,
Yeah.
Jack Grealish, James Maddison, and
Yeah.
Oxlade-Chamberlain. I'd
Okay.
mark 6 or 7 midfielders.
That's six. You've picked. See, I've got 7, and
Mhm.
you've picked 6 of those, and I've just added Ali in as well.
Mhm. I
So
think on
Calvin.
current form, Ali doesn't get in ahead of Grealish and Maddison.
Yeah.
Also, I wanted to balance the defensive midfielders and more attacking midfielders.
Yeah. No. There's plenty of balance in that. Like.
Yeah.
I mean.
Hang on. Did I mention Ben White as a honorable mention? As
You did. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, Calvin Phillips was the one that I thought was a bit of a wild card, but I
Mhm.
feel like I've seen him in the championship twice now this season.
Yeah.
This season especially, he's been fantastic. Like
Mhm.
he's probably the best player in the championship, and once he gets to the Premier League, I don't really have any doubts that he'll continue.
He'll be in the
his
Premier
form there.
League either way, whether Leeds get promoted.
Oh
or not.
yeah, whether Leeds go up or it's a
Someone will
transfer,
go.
like he'll get there. It's just he's too good not to.
If Leeds somehow bottle it, I'd like Villa to sign him if we stay up.
It would be
If
a
we're
good signing
interested
for
in
you, to
somehow.
be fair.
Yeah.
But you'd have a lot of depth in that position.
Yeah. My honourable mentions are Mason Mount, Dele Alli,
Yeah.
Phil Foden, and I'm trying to think of I definitely had another one. Come back to me.
I'd say, I mean, for an honourable mention, I'd say purely based off how played for England recently, Ross Barkley. So he's played all right for England recently.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he does. I don't think he'd get in that team ahead of most of the other midfielders. But I just feel like if one were to get injured, he'd have a chance. Like
I think, given another season starting regularly for Man City, Phil Foden gets into this squad.
Yeah, that's where I feel like Ali would probably get taken out of my one.
Yeah.
But I'm just thinking based off current situations.
How about, what do you think of some English midfielders playing in the Championship, especially Eberechi Eze for QPR?
See, the thing, I do rate Eze. I really like him. But I just feel like he needs to start. I just think, in honesty, as harsh as it sounds, he needs to get out at QPR and start playing for a better team where he'll get recognised more.
Tottenham, West Ham, and Leicester have all been linked.
I'd say out of them 3, he's probably more likely to start at West Ham.
But he'd fit in at Leicester.
He'd fit in at Leicester fairly well, yeah. He is a very good player on the ball. He scored some very good goals. But yeah, I just think he needs to get out of QPR, as harsh as that is on them.
What would your starting midfield 3 be? I guess it's midfield 3.
Personally, I'd probably go with Henderson and Declan Rice as like the defensive ones.
Yeah.
And then if Grealish continues how he has been this season, I'd probably start him.
Yeah.
If not, then I'd say Maddison.
It depends on who we're playing. When we play teams like Czech Republic, I'd play Henderson with Grealish and Maddison.
Yeah.
But in the Croatia game, I'd go Henderson, Phillips, and Grealish.
Yeah.
It's for that bit more solidity.
Yeah, so teams that are more likely to come at you don't put you under as much pressure because you can deal with it.
Yeah, you get Henderson and Phillips.
Yeah, makes sense.
Or maybe Chamberlain for that dynamism.
I was going to say Chamberlain can fit in pretty much any role in that.
He's another one that has that, what's the word, when you can fit in the different positions?
I mean, well, versatile.
Yeah, versatility.
He can play pretty much anywhere in that
Yeah.
midfield. So
And he can also play it wide.
yeah, I feel
Great.
like that's what makes him a good sub though, because it
Mhm.
doesn't matter then where you need him to fill in.
Yeah, can go with that. Do you think Oxlade-Chamberlain could be a good defensive midfield player?
I wouldn't put him in ahead of the other ones, but I feel like if called upon, he
He's
could do
got
the
that
job.
physicality. He's got that pace. He can tackle.
Yeah,
Passing ability.
I don't know if that's where you want him to play though. I think I'd rather him play a little bit
Yeah. What about
further up
that
that.
midfield three of Chamberlain, Grealish, and Maddison?
I feel like it could work, but it's definitely more attacking. Like
Yeah, it's
he's
against
not an
the
out and out
positive
defensive
team.
midfielder. Like he's a midfielder that's being told to play a bit further back. You don't know how he's gonna
He's got the
fit with that.
physicality.
Yeah, I know. It's just it's the like when Chelsea played Hazard out of position. Realistically, you think he could play there, but when you look at the stats and the way he played, he didn't play as well. So
Yeah.
sometimes it just doesn't work.
Shall we go on to our attacking players?
Yeah, go on. I'm fairly sure we've got the same ones here.
I've got Kane, Sancho, Sterling, Tommy Abraham, and Danny Ings.
Okay. Yeah, oh, okay, that's where it is. You've added an extra forward where I've put another midfielder.
Yeah.
For forwards, I've got four. I just said Sancho, Rashford, Sterling, and Kane.
Sterling, say that again. Sterling, Sancho.
Rashford and Kane.
I've missed Rashford out.
How have you missed Rashford? I was gonna say
Yeah.
you didn't say his name, and I was like disappointed.
Scrap Ings and go Rashford.
Okay, that sounds about right.
Yes, I haven't missed Rashford out. Yeah. I
thought
knew I
you'd gone
missed
mad.
someone. When I was writing down the attackers, I was like, who we missed there? Yeah, you get Rashford, don't you?
Yeah.
The
I
man
feel
of-
like Rashford, especially because he can play on the wing.
Yeah.
He can kind of play on the wing as well as up front.
Who would your mid attacking three be then?
Sterling, Kane, and Sancho starting.
Yeah.
I feel like that's just the right answer, in all honesty. Unless Rashford has like a really standout season.
Yeah. I mean, we've got another year, haven't we?
Yeah, so you don't know what can happen.
Yeah. My honourable mentions go to Calvert-Lewin and Danny Ings.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd say so. What about for midfield? I don't think we did honourable mentions for midfield.
I said Mount, Foden.
Ah, yeah, and I said
and
Barkley.
Dele Alli. Yeah.
Yeah.
For attacking players, you've kind of got that set for.
Yeah, it's a lot easier to pick for the attack than it is for
Yeah.
the other positions because, I mean, well, defenders, we've got some players there that are just going to play. Same with the midfield, but I feel like for the forwards, it's always, well, in the last few call-ups anyway, it's always been the same people. So
Yeah. Who would your 8 players be that are guaranteed to start, you think?
8 that are guaranteed. Kane.
Yeah.
Trent.
Or 7. 7 or 8.
I'll go for 7, I think. I'd say Kane, Trent. I'd probably say Sterling.
Yeah.
Henderson. That's Jordan Henderson, not Dean. Sancho, Maguire, and Chilwell.
Sure. Yeah. I'll go for those, but take out Sancho.
Who for?
Or Gomez.
Okay.
Because I know Southgate said in an interview that he thinks Sancho can learn from Sterling and Rashford. So that maybe hints that
he won't be starting.
Wingers are going to be Rashford and Sterling, which wouldn't be against, in all honesty.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
How far do you think this team can go in the next 3 years? up to the 2022 World Cup? Be two.
In terms of like the players and who's still in it, or like how good we'll
How
be.
far the squad, as a squad, can go. Can they win an international tournament in the next 5 years?
I'd say probably, yeah. I've got a lot of faith in them because there's still a lot of younger players that we haven't even mentioned so far. That all
Yeah, Greenwood. Who else we got? Greenwood.
Nketiah, we've got
Yeah.
Jude Bellingham,
Bellingham. Louis Barry.
Yeah, we've got a lot of younger, like just kids at this point who they'll have their input on this team eventually. Like
it's too soon for Greenwood, but I think he's got to be aiming for the 2022 World Cup.
Oh yeah,
and beyond.
Yeah, I feel like I'm confident we can get at least one. We can win at least one tournament.
Starts fairly often for Man United next season and gets 15 goals in the Premier League.
Yeah.
Does he go to the Euros?
I don't know.
Say Abraham and Ings have the same season.
Yeah, but I don't even have either of those in mind. So like.
Yeah. Bags 15. Say you've got a fifth striker. Greenwood bags 15 goals. Do you take him?
Yeah, because I mean, the thing I've noticed about him, he's fairly clinical. Like, he takes the chances he gets, kind of thing. So I quite like that. Yeah. So I feel like if we're desperate for a goal and he gets a chance, he's quite likely to take it.
Where do you think we're going to finish in Euro 2020 or 2021, whatever it's called then? Semi-final?
I reckon semis, yeah. I reckon semis.
Yeah.